Hello everybody, BrioS here. Today I have for you one of my favorite mechs of all time, the archer hero, the Tempest. The Tempest is actually based on Morgan Kell's mech. In lore, Morgan Kell was one of the few pilots with the Phantom mech ability, and that allowed him to disappear from the enemy radar or make it really difficult for the enemies to get locks on. And this archer is based on it. In fact, I like the way PGI decided to implement the Phantom mech ability on this, and that's by putting ECM on this. And ECM on an archer is a game-changing ability, and I'll tell you why later. But in case you're not familiar, the archer is well known for having those huge missiles behind these bay doors, and you can mount lots of missiles. And most people mount LRMs, but for me, with 3060 attack coming in, I am mounting MRMs. And I feel this is actually the best MRM mech in game, and it just wrecks face. So let's get down to the build. So as I was saying, MRMs instead of LRMs, 2 large MRM-40 Rex, 1 per side torso with a total of 6 tons of ammunition, Guardian ECM in the left torso, and for backup weapons 2 ER smalls, and with a light fusion 300 engine that gives you a speed of 69.4 with 13 double heatsinks to manage the heat. And there is quite a bit of heat because these 2 MRM-40s generate ghost heat, so you gotta fire them carefully half a second apart. And these 2 ER smalls, they're pretty interesting because it allows you to stroke the enemy nicely and gently, getting you that kill assist or just something to shoot them when they are caught, taking them out. And I got a few kills this way. Anyway, as for the ECM, as I was saying, it's a game-changing ability for this particular mech, and that's because ECM, in case you're not familiar, let me go through a quick run-through of ECM. Basic detection distance is 800 meters for mechs. ECM reduces this by 30%, so that's about 560 meters if I remember my maths correctly. So if you stay out of 560 meters, they will not see you on their minimap. And with the 2 skill nodes you can get for Guardian ECM, that brings it down to 25% of 800 meters, which is 200 meters. What this means, simply put, with 2 nodes of ECM, which is what I have here in this skill tree, which I'll show you later, your detection distance is 200 meters. In short, as long as this build stays outside 200 meters of any enemy mech, you will not appear on the minimap. And with MRMs, you can fire and just pull back and, well, disappear from the enemy radar. In fact, you won't even be on the enemy radar. And by the time the missiles hit, you are halfway into cover. So that's how you play this mech. It's just lovely. And the gameplay will show you how wonderful it can be. And also, in case you're not familiar with archers, because the side torsos are very easy to pick out, they have lots of structure, or rather armor quirks. The CT has a wonderful armor quirk of 22, giving you 120 in this build with skills, so that's really a lot. 120 points of armor can take a beating in the game. Each side torso also has 15 points of armor quirks, so with skills that brings it up to about 85, front loaded of course, only 5 in the rear. Yet again, lots of beating it can take, and that's just lovely. Legs are 7 each, not too bad, but also my arms have no weapons, so I use them for shielding. Let the enemy chew on them as you twist your torso, let the enemy chew it, and then when your missiles are ready, turn back and fire at them. So that's how this build is used, and like I said a million one times, I love it a lot. So as I was mentioning, 2 nodes of enhanced ECM that comes from 13 points in sensors. The rest are not so important but useful, like target info gathering, but yeah, that's what you want. 13 for 2 nodes of enhanced ECM. Other SPs of course go into firepower, 18 SPs for some firepower, giving you 2 nodes of high explosive for more crit damage. Missile rack, 1 node gives you a bit more ammunition because your MRMs, well, you only have those 2 racks, so you want a bit more ammunition. Useful to have 2 nodes of missile spread, decreasing the spread of the MRMs by 5%, and other skills will give you minor bonuses, not that much. Basically, it just gives you a cooldown of, well, 1.5%, heat 2.25, range 5, and a velocity of 9. Not too bad, but a bit of increase. And by the way, in case you're not familiar, in May 2019, they boosted the speed of the MRMs, the velocity, so they move faster now. That's because AMS is a bit too overpowered, so that gives AMS a little less time to shoot down those missiles. And I feel it's quite a significant change. And you'll see that in the gameplay, which came in after the patch. And now we go on to Survival 3. 29 SPs is a lot, and that's because of the substantial armor quirks. You want to buff it up as much as possible, because the armor bonuses on this actually multiply the quirks too. That's how I got 120 in the CT, so with the 29 points invested here, I actually get quite a bit, and let me just scroll up to find it. There it is, 16% armor bonus, 21.7% structure bonus, making this super tough. And to make it a bit more mobile, I've actually invested 11 SPs. That gives me XL 10.5%, DCL 14, and a turn rate of 18%. And that's because I want to redeploy and go around terrain so enemies will not be able to get locks on me. And yeah, that's how this is built. 13 points for operations gives me 5 nodes of heat containment, so I can fire more before I have to redeploy and disappear, and that's always useful. And finally, 7 nodes and auxiliary gives me, well, cool shots here, right in the middle. Yep, got a bit confused there. Cool shots at the bottom, 2 cool shots with enhanced cooldown, allowing you to fire the second one 25% faster, and yep, just one single strike. Good for denying the enemy a position so you can get the hell out of there. So that's the Archer Tempest, a very violent mech, and I love it a lot. Like probably the 6th time I've said this. So let's get down to the battlefield and I'll show you how good it is. Let's go. For the first match of this video, we have a match on Grim Plexus, and I am deployed in Bravo lands. One thing about this build, it has ECM and kinda okay speed, so actually what I want to do is link up with the assaults in Charlie lands and escort them to the main battlefield. And with the ECM of this, you can basically cover 2, maybe 3 mechs, and that'll shield them from detection from enemy radar or long range alarm fire, which is good because sometimes they get pinned down and they just get cowardly and hide behind cover. Nobody likes an assault hiding behind cover. And remember, this archer has bay doors, so you got to open it, which is an issue because they are pretty big. But with the bay doors closed, there's a half-second delay in firing, so I don't like that. Although you get a, what, 20% damage reduction, which is also very good. So you can actually close the bay doors when you are tanking, and this mech can tank pretty well actually. So anyway, I would like to link out with the team, head to Fox 7, Golf 7, the usual engagement points, and bring my MRMs to bear. And despite the substantial amounts of armor it has, the hitboxes are pretty obvious, so the enemy will pick them out easily, especially in tier 1. So I would like to have mechs in front of me. And that will help you not draw too much aggro, because when you fire those missiles, you can retreat behind cover, and by the time the missiles hit at about 300 meters range, you are partially behind cover, so the enemies will not be kind of savvy to where you are. So anyway, almost at the enemy engagement point, the main area, so let's get down to some of the combat. Thankfully, we're all heading to Gulf 7.
New target
nice.
Acquired.
Target spotted.
They have quite a bit of lerms. They have quite a lot of lerms, so let's be aggressive.
New target
Head towards
acquired.
Gulf 8. Gonna need my ECF up. Ah, in front. Don't reverse into me.
New target
Okay, I'm at the front line now. Gonna be a bit less aggressive. Look carefully, peek cautiously.
New target acquired.
India looks nice.
New target acquired.
Target
New
spotted.
target acquired.
Delta in the open, Huntsman. He
New
took a hit.
target acquired.
I hate these rocks here.
New target acquired.
Yep, lots of lure boats. I'm engaging Kilo.
New target acquired.
Bravo in the open. Oops, gargoyle.
New target
Kilo next, smaller left torso. Let's go guys, but watch the top. Assaults are pushing in.
Target spotted.
acquired.
Yeah, let's ninja myself here. No, he stole the kill.
New target acquired.
Watch the rear guys, don't just all chase that supernova.
New target acquired.
Yes, they come. Leave them. Kill that supernova fast and
New
turn around
target
guys.
acquired.
Thank you.
Target spotted.
New target acquired.
Juliet.
New target acquired.
Target spotted.
Yeah, narc.
New target acquired.
Get a bit crowded here. Override for glory.
New target acquired.
Get at my arms. I'll have you. Wrong button. No, people stealing my
New
kills.
target acquired.
Target spotted.
New target acquired.
I got a few hits.
New target acquired.
Good job. Well done. 12-3. So that's a good game in the Tempest, and even though I lost my arms, as you look at the paper doll, it's okay. I was using it to shield, absorb the damage before I twist back to fire those MRMs. So 1100 damage, a nice even number from those MRMs. Those missiles do shred a lot. 5 KMDDs is nice, but it's only one solo kill. One component destroyed, which isn't much just from the solo kill itself, and that's because I was just hitting and fading away. One thing about MRMs is that they do spread the damage, kind of like sandpaper, so somebody will secure the kill. That's what the small pulse, or rather the ER smalls, are for. But anyway, they didn't do that much kills anyway. In this game, 642 score. 474,000 C-bills because of the 30% C-bill bonus for this mech, and if you're asking me, it's very worth buying. So for the second match, we have a match on Mining Collective, a short range map and one of my favorite maps. This map actually does suit this build quite nice actually, and that's because the archer has pretty high mounts for those missiles, and with MRMs firing straight forward, you can basically hill hum nicely, fire those missiles and fade away before the enemy notices your ECM mech is firing them. And with all the armor quirks, you can either alternate between taking the point, tip of the spear and tanking, and just falling back behind the front line and dealing missile damage. And that's what I did. So it's a really aggressive team also, pushing forward, pushing through damage and just smashing the enemy. And that's how games we would like to go. And yeah, so this match turned out well. So let's get down to the action and see this game, which was really fast actually, less than 4 minutes. Well, looks as though the assaults are going echo line, which is a problem sometimes. But let's see whether that works. Yep, bay doors are open.
New target acquired. Activated. New target acquired. New target acquired.
Echo, please.
Missile.
Echo is going down.
New target acquired.
Oh, come on.
New target acquired. New target acquired. Target destroyed. New target acquired.
I'll bring a kilo.
Destroyed.
Very hot. Very, very hot.
Override engaged.
Got him in the rear. I'm gonna jam him. Well, thankfully nobody stole that kill from me, because that's a
New
solo kill
target
worth a lot.
acquired.
Now on to Lima. Cord, but
Target spotted.
New
then we're okay. Ah, die.
acquired.
Ah ha ha, double kill. No, don't go there. Damn it.
Happy to hear of your success.
Behind cover, I can kill him. So, 4 kills this time with the Tempest on Mining Collective. 2 of those kills I think would finalize with the ER small lasers, and that's what they are for. Doing that little bit of pinpoint damage after the MRMs shred the armor of the opponents. And lots of shredding I did. 979 damage, 4 kills, 1 solo, 2 KMDDs with 7 components destroyed. Giving me 400 over 1000 C-bills earning, which is always nice. And this Tempest in short range maps is a killer. Doing a score of 568.